I think these conversations are extremely important, especially for black people. And the reason that they're important for black people is because as a finance professor, I can tell you that black people do not get good financial information. As a finance professor, I can just tell you black people are not getting good financial information. I remember when I was teaching at Syracuse University, I was teaching on the faculty of Syracuse for 13 years, and I was doing all this, research. Literally, academic research is tough to do because it's not like you can go open up a book and recite what's in the book. That's what people do if they go to law school or medical school or whatever. No, we actually have to write the books. If it's already in a book, then it doesn't count. You can't do research that's supposedly original where the idea is already in a book. So basically, no, Kenneth, I'm not a boule. I barely know what a boule is. It sounds like, I think it's bougie Negroes. I'm not a bougie Negro. I'm just a black man out here trying to tell the truth. So anyway, when I was doing all this original research, I remember that, in order to do all this, I had to understand a lot of the things that were already out there and kind of go to the frontier of that. And one of the things that I really remember thinking was, I said, my God, there's so much going on financially in this world that black people do not understand. Why do we not understand it? Well, the reason we don't understand it is because we are not educated on finances at an early age. People talk about money. People, they will whore themselves out for money. They will kill somebody for money. They will argue and fight over money. They will worship money. They will write hip-hop songs about money. They will brag about the cash flow in their bank account, but nobody wants to sit around and actually study how to get money. And so one of the things I've always believed that doesn't make any sense is I would say, well, why would you worship money and really desire money, but you don't want to take the time to learn how to get money or even think about how to obtain money, right? The things that you think about obtaining are the things that you obtain. Are you following me? Does this make sense? Is this clear? All the managers are white males. All the guys playing golf together are white guys, right? It's like a white culture. White, wiggity, wiggity, white, right? And you try to fit your black ass in the middle and you find that it just doesn't work. It feels awkward. You can't even say Black Lives Matter without them looking at you cross-eyed. I swear to God, I love the see, I got a few white friends, right? And I like them. They're nice people. I swear to God. They never say anything racist to me. They never mistreat me. But the thing is, here's the thing. White people are just white. They just act white. They just do white people stuff. Like for example, white people love Seinfeld. When Seinfeld comes on, they think it's hilarious. I don't get it. Seinfeld has never made me laugh, not one single time my whole entire life. I have never watched 1 second of Seinfeld and said, man, okay, now that's funny. I don't get it. It's like a foreign language. So they're just very white. And I remember one time I would go running with them sometimes, and I had my music, right? And I would listen to my music. Now, I'm a hip hop fan, right? So I got all kinds of hip hop music up in there, man. I got some stuff that white people just wouldn't understand. You know what I'm talking about? I got music white people wouldn't understand, right? I got some Spice One up in there. Y'all don't know nothing about that. That's East Bay, very cult. I got some T.I. up in there. I got all kinds of everything, some Tupac, whatever, right? I got a mix. And they're like, and so one day they're just like, hey, why don't you play your music out loud so we can all hear your music? And I'm like, I don't really want you to hear my music. I don't, and they're like, well, come on, boys, play it. And I'm like, damn. Okay, all right, I'll play it. And I start playing it, and it feels really awkward. And I could tell they're trying to be polite, even though they're in shock. Because they just don't. I mean, our music. Let's just be real. Our music is really dysfunctional. We're all we're just dysfunctional people. We're products of slave mentality and all that, right? And so I just felt so bad, and that was just one of 1,000 different examples of times where, like I just don't fit in white culture. Nothing against nobody. Nothing against I'm saying they're the nicest people ever. I've never once gone in, walked up on somebody or somebody I know, one of my white friends, and had them like hanging a noose, like, we're going to put your neck in this, boy. Oh, we hate niggers around here. They are not those kinds of people. It's just, they're just white people being white, right? So corporate America kind of makes you feel that way sometimes. If you're like me, right? If you're just really deeply entrenched with black culture, you go into this environment that's full of white people and you just don't get it. They make a joke. It ain't funny to you, you make a joke, they don't. We will gladly charge you $6 to make you feel like you're getting a quality carrot. It'll be the same motherfucking carrot. Same damn carrot. But people feel that if it costs more, oh, it must be higher quality. Oh, I must be a member of the Boule because now I've got quality carrots in my bag, in my Whole Foods bag, right? And that's how people pick relationships. That's how people do things in life. And that's what happens when we talk about going to college and all that. We actually like giving our money to these white supremacist organizations that don't want us around because it makes us feel better when they accept us. It makes us feel better that we sacrifice so much in order to get there. And so you'll go through hell trying to get through Yale University, and then when you get done, you'll see somebody else who didn't go through any of that, but they're making more money than you, and you're thinking, wait a minute, how does this happen? Because I thought that because I was dealing with and putting up with all these snooty, irritating, arrogant motherfuckers that my life was going to be better because of it, when the reality is that I know a lot of people who go to Harvard and Yale who don't know nothing about how to make no money. But I know some hustlers in the street who read about 10,000 books who can run circles around you when it comes to going to get that dollar, right? When it comes to getting out here and being successful. Many of the people I know who are the best entrepreneurs are not the ones who went to college, got the MBA, the law degree, and all that. They're not those people, because the people who tend to get that formal education usually are the ones who don't feel desperate enough to go out and hustle and start a business. Because they're thinking like, well, no, why would I start a business when I can just go get a job? And so what happens is you get out and you're thinking you're going to get the job. And some of y'all do. Some of y'all got nice jobs, and I'm happy for you. But a lot of you ain't got the job you want. A lot of you ain't making the money you want. A lot of you didn't get the opportunities you deserve. A lot of y'all got found out. So your boss went on your Facebook page and found out, or you saw that you had a YouTube channel where you said something that white people don't approve of, and next thing you know, you've been blackballed, and you may not even know it. See, that's the thing. When I was in Syracuse University, I got blackballed. When they saw that I was really radically black, when they saw the old articles I'd written in the past, when they saw me on CNN literally saying basic things like well, it's not fair for the police to shoot black people when they're unarmed, then I got identified as a radical black person. Next thing I know, that all those credentials I had pretty much meant nothing. It didn't mean anything. I was the only African American in the world to get a PhD in finance in the year 2002. Didn't matter that I studied under some of the best scholars in the world. Didn't matter that I really knew my stuff and I had more solo authored research publications than anybody in the history of the finance department at Syracuse University. None of that mattered. All that mattered was that this Negro does not fit with our culture. That's what it was. Most people do not want to hire somebody who's going to be a troublemaker. Now, does that make me mad? No, it really doesn't. It actually doesn't, because I understand that. I run a company. I don't really like people coming up in my company trying to like mess shit up and change shit around. I don't want that. I want you don't come up in my company acting like you own it. No, this ain't your company. If you want to own something, go own your own company. Right? That's exactly what he says. So I'm not really so mad about being blackballed now. In fact, I wouldn't want those jobs. You can't hire me to be a professor anywhere. I wouldn't take any university job anywhere right now. So if you are at a university and you're thinking, oh, well, we should go hire Boyce Watkins, we should try. Don't try. Please don't, because I do not want to. When you know the freedom of working for yourself, you can't go backwards. You can't go backwards. It's like going to an NBA team where you get to be the star of the team and score 30 points a game, and then asking somebody asking you to join their team and ride the bench 50% of the time. You're like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, even if I ain't winning every game, I like shooting the ball. I like being able to get in there and play. Now I don't know what that says about me as a player, but at the end of the day, I'd rather see if I can win with the team that I've helped build, than to go and be the third string backup dancer to somebody else's squad, right? So the truth is that a lot of times for black people, even if you're talented, the best opportunities you usually get is to be a second or third string player on a squad that is run by white people. You get to come in and you get to ride the bench. You get to be the black guy that they pull off the bench if they are really in dire straits or if they need somebody to help them out. They're usually not going to make you the captain of the team because that position is typically taken, right? And there's a culture that comes with that. There's a way of thinking that comes with that. And a lot of times that way of thinking is not consistent or congruent with your thinking as a black person. So the best thing you can do for your children, really, I don't care if your child goes to college or not. Go to college, fine. If you want, I mean, if you don't spend the money, go spend it. Some people don't even have to spend it. Some people, I'm going to tell you like this, the kids in our house, we're talking to them already about scholarships. We're already putting them in special programs. We're having them, the little one who's super smart, we had her go today to get an assessment on mathematics so she can get ahead of the curve. I'm like, I don't want her to be the smartest kid in the 5th grade. I need her to be smarter than the 8th graders now. We're going for the 8th graders now. We ain't worried about what's happening. It's like when LeBron James was playing basketball, when he was better than all the other high school kids. Well, you don't just say, well, you're better than every high school kid, so you're good enough. No, you say, let's get some college athletes in here. Then you say, let's get some NBA players in here so he can really test his skill and really go to the next level. That's how you create greatness. You understand? So basically, if you want to know our strategy, in terms of the strategy that I speak on with the wonderful woman by my side, is I say, look, we live in a competitive world. We live in a competitive world. And when it comes to living in this competitive world and really getting ahead, you must understand there is no ceiling to how much commitment you can have to being the absolute best you can be at what you do. If your child is already the smartest kid in the 3rd grade, then damn it, you have them do 4th grade work. If they master that, then have them do 5th grade work. If they master that, have them do 6th grade work. Because here's the thing, when we teach children in the Black Business School, we teach kids as if they are college students. We are actually in the process of building a medical school for children and a law school for children. We literally are like, how early can we get these children to where they aren't just trying to catch up with white people? They're not just trying to be included with white people. They're not just trying to hang in there. They're not just trying to be part of the club. They're not just trying to stay in the game. No. I want them to blow the game away, change the game, reinvent the game, and be on a level where people can't see you. Like, remember when Tupac said, "You can't see me"? What he's saying is, I'm so far up in the stratosphere, I'm so great, I'm so energetic, I'm so powerful at what I do. You can't see me with sunglasses on because my shine is so great and I have gone so far into the atmosphere that I'm totally unrelatable to you right now. So ultimately, what I want to just really encourage you to do and to have this mindset when it comes to you and your kids is you must get them to a mindset, yourself, put yourself in a mindset where it's like, you got that melanin, the power of melanin. You should aim for a point where they can't even see you because you are so well prepared. You are so learned. You are so enthusiastic. You are so focused. You are so determined. You are so willing to grow. You are so pushing harder to be better at what you do. That's what you want. That's what you want. And then what will happen is you'll know that you're defeating your haters. You won't know when you're defeating your haters by the fact that you'll just actually defeat them and say, I won, I beat them. That doesn't. What I found is that the day you know you've really defeated your haters is when you are able to forgive them and you don't even care what they're doing right now. You're not thinking about them anymore. It's like an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend, right? If you're sitting around obsessing over your ex, that pretty much means they still have a hold on you. If you're worried about what they doing and mad about who they with and you talking about how they didn't look good when you saw them and how you're doing better than them, well, then that means you haven't really won. They still have a grip on you. The day you really won, the day you're really over your ex, because remember, we have a relationship with white supremacy. We are in love with white supremacy and white people. In case you didn't know, it's a marriage. It's an abusive marriage, but we love them as much as they love us. But the day you know when you defeated your adversary is when you can see that person on the street and just wish them well and be very happy for them. Wish them the absolute best and not even care. And so anyway, going back to this, let's talk. So make sure you hit the like button, share button, subscribe button. I didn't plan to talk this long, but what the hell, I'm in it, so we're going to keep talking. But let me do something real quick. So make sure you hit the like button, share button, subscribe button. Also make sure, somebody asked for the URL for the All Black National Convention. The URL is this, write it down. It's allblacknationalconvention.com.